with the state budget, I think fairly close to on time, and then we'll have some sense after that of where we're at budget-wise as it relates to state cuts. I'm actually going up to Albany tomorrow to do some lobbying on state cuts. Our finance director was there today. He'll be there tomorrow, so that we're not kind of taking it lying down. We're being very aggressive in our advocacy. And look, I think the governor is right to try to get the state's finances under control. And I'm not going to say New York City should have no cuts, but we shouldn't be cut more than any other part of the state. For example, aid to municipalities is being cut in most cities in the state by about 4%, give or take. Ours has been zeroed out. That's simply not fair. And some in the state, in the governor's office, have said, well, New York has a trust fund because we put money aside. You prepaid bills altogether between the healthcare trust fund and prepaying bills was $8 billion of good financial planning. It's not fair to now penalize for us because we planned for the future. So we're going to push very hard on that, and once that's done, it'll give us a sense of where we're at. Then between now and July 1st, we'll have to adopt the city's budget. And we understand in the council that we may have to cut back on spending. But you have to do that equally and fairly. And that's one of the reasons why we're really pushing now to, in the budget process, begin looking at a part of the budget that historically has not really been a big focus, which is the contracts budget. There's 17,000 contracts the city has, and many of them, most of them, are with kind of corporate entities, people who provide computer service, consulting, all kinds of different technical assistance to the city. And I'm not saying these are wasteful contracts. Most of them are necessary. Many of them are better done by entities outside of city government. But that part of the budget has grown faster in the past 5 years than any other part of the budget. Everybody else in city agencies is cutting back. That hasn't happened there, and I'll give you an example. Next year, if we just held the contracts budget flat, we didn't even cut it, we would save $100 million because there's so many automatic increases in the contracts. $100 million is about 1,500 school teachers, just to put it in perspective. So if you hear us talking about the contract budget, you're kind of like, well, what is that? That's the reason we're focusing on it. And look, I just don't believe if you're a company that's providing, a $30 million worth of legal assistance to the city, that's the increase in the legal assistance budget proposed for next year. You're a law firm. And we say to you, for the next couple of years, you have a job, but you have to do it for 4 or 5% less. Who's going to walk away from a contract with the city of New York in this economy? It's just not going to happen, and I believe we can get savings there in a way that'll be very helpful as we do things like deal with senior centers, try to prevent the 17,000 child care slots that are proposed to be eliminated from being taken away, and as we try to keep teachers and resources in the classroom. So those are our big jobs, biggest job over the next few months.